Can you hear me okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
good.
You're all set, Craig?
Okay, I guess after we open, we can see if Tony is out there. I didn't
Yep.
hear that he wasn't going to be here. But good evening, everybody. Welcome to the February 10th, 2021 meeting of the East Long Meadow Conservation Commission. At this time, I need to ask if anyone in the public is recording this meeting. If so, please somehow identify yourself. I see we only have 3 attendees out in the audience right now. Now there's 4.
Nobody's recording though.
All righty, thank you very much. The first item on the agenda this evening is the minutes of the January 27th meeting. I'm not sure if everybody had a chance to review them. I went through them just before the meeting. I didn't see anything that I had any issues with. Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
I'll entertain a motion for approval of the minutes of the January 27th, 2021 meeting.
So moved.
Seconded.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, take a roll call vote. Jeff,
Aye.
Francis,
Aye.
Will,
Aye.
Elizabeth,
Aye.
and yes for me. Moving on, the first item on the agenda is a public hearing, or excuse me, a public meeting for a request for determination for 16 Winterberry Lane. Jeff, if you could read that into the record, please.
Okay. In accordance with Mass GL Chapter 131, Section 40, the East Long Meadow Conservation Commission will hold a public meeting on February 10th, 2021 at 6 p.m. via Zoom webinar. And the case RDA 2021-2, request for determination of applicability for 16 Winterberry Lane, Assessor's Parcel ID 70-21-3 for the installation of an 18 by 36 plus minus foot in-ground pool within an area subject to jurisdiction of the Wetlands Protection Act. Applicant representative Evelyn Delaney, Juliano's Pool, 321 Talcottville Road, Vernon, Connecticut, 06066. Information relating to this application is on file for public inspection at the Office of Planning and Community Development, Town Hall, 60 Center Square. Please call 413-525-5400, extension 1700 to receive an electronic version of the file.
Thank you. Is the applicant present and wishes to speak to the commission?
Who is that now?
Evelyn Delaney?
I don't, is that, maybe that's the phone number? Evelyn, if that's you, a 9626, could you raise your hand?
I know the homeowner was planning on calling in, but I don't see.
Craig, do you see these names on the list? Is there anybody there you recognize?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Well, I guess we will proceed. Have people had a chance to review the filing and their comments from anyone?
I have a few questions. So the pool's 18 by 36 with a fence around it. What about the patio?
Says a 4-foot safety fence closing, yeah. Area of disturbance will not be greater than 20 feet around pool edge, it says.
So that's what I'm saying is 18 by 36. So then you go 20 and 20 on either side of that is what, 50 by 76 now? So now in which direction are we heading, towards the wetlands?
Both. There's two areas involved here, a habitat or rare wildlife area that's only 32 feet away, and the wetland is 120 feet away. And so in two directions, we're not really moving any closer, but in two directions, we are moving closer. I believe it also stated in here, that that all of this was being done in an area that is currently has lawn on it. There- We talk about zero impact to the nearby wetland area. And the use of erosion controls, and we do have a good track record with Giuliano Pools, I will say that.
From the map on the last page, you can't really tell where the rare species area is. It's 32 feet, and if they're going to extend out 20, doesn't that affect that? I mean, that's only 12 feet left, but I can't tell where it is. Can you?
Do you see are you looking at the color map, Francis?
Yes.
Okay, the edge of the yellow circle coming in towards the house or towards the pool, that is the edge of the habitat.
Right. So it's actually all in the same direction, not in two directions.
So then that's very close, isn't it, to the habitat?
I see a hand raised in the audience from a new person. That might be the applicant.
I'll bring him in.
Please.
We'll see who it is.
Yeah, if you look on that drawing, priority habitats of rare species, or even the estimated with the symbols for that, it's really not shown on the drawing with the two symbols that are shown down below in the far right-hand column.
The person who just came into the meeting, if you could unmute yourself, you know where that is?
Don, I think you said that the phone number that ends in 9626 is the applicant.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? This is Tim Goodell.
Yep. Thank you. And
Yeah, I was dialed in and painfully listening to you.
so am I bringing in the 9626 also, or no?
Nope, that's me.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, who are we speaking to again?
This is Tim Goodell with Giuliano's Pools.
Okay. We're talking about the 32 feet from the estimated habitat of rare wildlife,
Yes.
which is that border where that habitat is that lawn that abuts it?
It is. It's all maintained lawn.
And so you will be no closer than 12 feet away from it.
You can expect, so off of the perimeter of the pool, the 18 by 36, you can expect approximately 15 feet of disturbance. The fence itself will be roughly a perimeter of 4 to 5 feet, depending particularly on that backside. The backside of the side and the backside of the patio is typically only 4 to 5 feet. So you're really only talking about the patio, and then the fence will extend beyond that. You're still roughly about 25, 24 feet away from that habitat delineation.
Because in the submittal, it says the disturbance will be not greater than 20 feet.
Yeah, that's the disturbance to construct the pool. But the actual footprint, once it's said and done, obviously is less than that, with the patio just 4 to 5, tops 6 feet, and then the fence just a couple of feet off of the patio.
Okay. Are they
So
planning
the-
on starting this winter?
It'll likely be in the early spring, if weather permitting. If the weather is good in the March timeframe, it's something that we would consider.
Okay.
To the chair,
Please.
I have a question.
Mhm.
By any chance, Tim, do you have a clearer map? The map, once it was taken as a picture and shared, isn't very clear. Do you have something you could screen share with us by any chance?
I don't. I'm not able to screen share from this laptop. The site plan that you're looking at, it candidly, it's not a great shot. But unfortunately, it was the best that we could come up with via GIS.
Is it possible to have the pool laid out with stakes in the lawn? And then what you propose for disturbing the area to excavate the pool and everything else? How far out you would go on the side closer to the wetlands so we could come look at it and get a good idea and give you a limit?
It is.
I think that would, to just go look at it once you staked it out, would be the easiest way for everyone here to see it. Especially since the plan picture is so poor.
Yes, we can do that.
I don't know if anyone else has got any other ideas. If we had them do that and then we got to look at it before the next meeting, then we could go from there.
I'm just not sure, Will, how much we're gonna see with snow on the ground, you know?
Well, I pulled it up on my phone on a satellite image of the lawn and stuff, and it's pretty cut and dry where the lawn is and where the tree line begins at this property.
Mhm.
And I think I would be comfortable by looking at what shape the snow takes as to if it were lawn underneath. I mean, you can kind of tell if the terrain changes elevation quickly anyways. It's not like they're going to go back there and plow the thing. So it should all be untouched. So it should melt at a fairly equal rate across the lawn at the same time. So, I mean, as long as you don't see something crazy, we may be able to get this through at the next meeting.
Okay. I would agree, you know, when, for the most part, if, you know, if we're just, you know, disturbing existing lawn, you know, I don't really have an issue with it. You know, and one of the things, you know, we can do conditions on a request for determination also. And I think I would like to see in there that we would come out and also to inspect the erosion controls prior to the commencement of work.
I would encourage that. I agree. Typically, they will take any measures that the committee has in mind, but typically it's towed and staked, silt fence and hay bales if necessary, wattles if necessary.
What is, Tim, what is the lay of the land there? Is it pretty flat or does it have much pitch to it?
I believe it's relatively flat.
According to what I can see, it looks like it's all pretty flat.
Yeah, I don't expect, we can obviously put in sediment control measures on the backside just to prevent any bleeding that might happen, but I wouldn't expect a great deal.
Okay. Any other comments from the commission, and how do we want to proceed? I think we want to try and vote on this tonight or go do a site visit and postpone the decision on this until our February 24th meeting.
I think we should do that. I don't think we're going to hold you guys up. I doubt you're going to dig a pool here now. So if you guys would be comfortable with having your answer prior to March, is that okay?
It is. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And candidly, I don't recall the start date that we have on this contract. But if it makes the committee comfortable, having it staked, and you wanted to see the area of disturbance on top of that as best that we can.
Yes.
Yeah, we could do that, or we could, if you met us there, you could even just do verbally, because you're not gonna be able to drive stakes, obviously, either. I think we all know that.
Okay. Let me. I'm going to talk to the team, and we'll just we'll reach out as far as candidly, if we met one of you, whomever is appropriate, meeting you or having it staked out and letting you know. Either way, we can certainly accommodate.
Well, so we could tentatively schedule a site visit for Saturday, the 20th, with our next meeting is Wednesday, the 24th. You think that'll work for you, Tim?
I'd have to, I'm not going to be the one that does that site visit with you. So I would have to confirm that.
Okay. I think then the best course of action would be if we try and run with that schedule right now. I will entertain a motion to continue this public hearing until our Wednesday, February 24th
Public meeting.
meeting. I'm sorry. Thank you. To our Wednesday, the 24th of February meeting.
And I was just going to say, I think worst case, if it's February or Saturday, the 20th, if we're not able to be there, if we can have it staked out and presentable for you in advance of that, we'll try to be on site. But otherwise, we'll have it delineated so that you'll, at a minimum, be able to see it.
That should work.
All right. Very good.
All righty. So there was a motion. Was there a second?
Second.
All right. Roll call vote. Elizabeth.
Aye.
Jeff.
Aye.
Will.
Aye.
Francis.
Aye.
Tony.
Aye.
And I am a yes vote also. All righty. Moving forward, next item on our agenda.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Yes. Next item on the agenda is a request for an amended order of conditions for lot number 17, Redstone Drive. Jeff, if you could read the notice in the record, please.
In accordance with Mass GL Chapter 131, Section 40, the East Long Meadow Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on February 10th, 2021 at 6 p.m. via Zoom webinar. Case 00 or OOC 2021-1, request for amended order of conditions, Mass DEP file number 150-0441, for 17 Redstone Drive, a parcel, assessor's parcel ID 23-77-17, filed under the Wetlands Protection Act, DWW Policy 85-4, and Town of East Long Meadow Wetlands Bylaw for the approval to remove existing house and construct a new house. Applicant Redstone Ponds LLC, PO Box 79, East Long Meadow, Mass. 01028.
Thank you. Mr. Joyce, would you like to give us an overview of your plan?
Al, do you have video?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I just don't know if you have video also.
No, well, I should. I don't know. I did every other time I've used this laptop, I had video. I can see all you kind of clearly. I have my hair done up nicely. I'm sad you can't see me. All right, well, I'll just keep going as long as you can hear me.
That's pretty funny, Al.
Hey, you may recall that this in order of conditions for this site was issued on May 22nd, 2019. This is the lot that has the old house on it. And if I think many members of the commission, or at least some of the commission, actually went inside the old house, and we originally wanted to save it. The inside seemed to be fairly structurally sound despite being emptied for many, many years. And then several months after that visit, some of the, I don't know, I don't want to say who, but it became a place of where vandals have frequented. And they, on more than one occasion, they broke windows, they broke in, and we put in video surveillance, but it didn't seem to make any difference. And when they broke the windows and vandalized it, there was storm water entered the house. And now we have a mold problem. And one other problem that Jeff brought to my attention, I don't know if he remembers this, but he suggested that the house probably has mice, and it turns out he was accurate. I think it was Jeff. It was either Jeff or Tony. He was either of them suggested the house probably has mice, and it turns out that's an issue as well. So we've decided that it's beyond repair. So we would like to change it. And instead of remodeling and adding an addition, which would have been just 5 feet from the limit of work line, we'd now like to just remove that existing house and build a new house that will now be 27 feet further back from the limit of work line rather than just 5 feet from the limit of work line. I don't know if there's anything you want me to add.
Questions or comments from the commission? My only comment, it's kind of hard to tell on the drawings, Al. Could you describe the changes to the grade that are going to occur?
Right now, it's fairly level to the front of the existing house. And then from the front of the existing house is probably only about 26 feet wide. From the front of the existing house, it drops quite steep. It drops 6 to 8 feet on one side and about 8 feet on another side. And that's a very steep drop. When we build the new house, we're going to start grading down at the front of the new house. So we're going to start grading down about 27 feet further from the existing house. So instead of, it's going to be the same drop. We're not changing any of the grade at the limit of work line, but we're going to make it a much more gradual drop rather than a steep drop.
Just so everyone knows, so on the original plan, there's a 7-foot elevation change between the front of the house and the back where the deck would be. On this new proposed house, it would be a 6-foot elevation change from the front of the house to the proposed rear of the new house. And it is, I believe, what did you say, 27 feet closer?
27 feet further away from the wetlands. And it'll be spread out over a bigger distance. So it'll be the same. You have to get down to the same elevation. It'll be the same drop, but it won't happen near as quick. Right now, it's so steep that you really can't get anything to grow on it. Once we change it, then it'll just be it'll be a gentle, you can walk down very gently and we'll be able to get good vegetation.
So Al, correct me if I'm wrong, at this point, when you grade it, because it'll be so much more gradual, this will be a mowable slope at that point. So something that you'll be able to retain growth on.
Correct.
I mean, seems like a good deal here. Moving the house farther away from the wetlands, we're gonna reduce the speed of any flow of water heading towards the wetlands. So
And,
I guess
and
I'm okay with it as long as it's done as proposed.
Mhm. What is the difference in the size of the houses, Al? The original one with the addition versus the new house that's proposed?
I didn't figure, I'd say it's pretty comparable. I didn't spec it out exactly, but the houses that we build there have about 1,200 square feet on each floor. That's a 2-story house. And I think that's probably actually very comparable to what the existing house was and the addition. It might even be a little bit less.
Yeah. And, you know, another comment that I would make, yeah, I agree. We are moving away from the wetland. And the other thing that I'm seeing on the drawing here, and correct me if I'm wrong, Al, but the size of the driveway is cut in half, pretty much. So, you know, we have a lot less, you know, impervious surface. Then
That is correct. The new driveway will be about 55 feet in length. On the approved plan, the driveway would have been another 25 feet longer.
yeah, and the location of the driveway moved from the right-hand side to the left-hand side of the house, yes. Any other questions or comments from the commission?
I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
okay. I guess at this point then, I will entertain a motion to approve the amendment as filed by Al Joyce.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. Roll call vote. Will?
Aye.
Tony?
Aye.
Francis?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
And, oh yeah, Elizabeth's out. And I'm a yes vote also. Yeah, Elizabeth recused herself. Thank you. Okay, good luck with that, Al.
Thank you.
I forgot to print agenda and I didn't pick up my packet. So if somebody could help me with what was the next item on the agenda after these two?
It's just project monitoring.
Okay. Project monitoring, gosh, Al left. The only one I wanted to discuss with Al, but I guess there's not a lot that's going to happen with it right now, but there was an email went out today with the questions about the basin. So we can come back to that later.
Is there the extension of the order of conditions for Summers Road?
That was removed from the agenda. Craig, do you want to elaborate on your email to me earlier?
For Summers Road?
Yes, for Jeffrey Lane South.
We shouldn't talk about it too much, but essentially right now, you know, I would think before we went for an extension, they could consider amending the existing order of conditions. They still might need to do an extension if the house isn't built in time, but there is another 8 months or so left on that, but there just is some discrepancies in what's been approved by the planning board. I think everybody has seen the drawings as opposed to what was approved by the commission. They did ask if I would go out and meet, if we could meet and go do a site visit. I'm not sure how much that's going to accomplish in the winter either.
Through the chair, I don't see a site visit as being relevant. It's a discrepancy between what was initially approved by the Conservation Commission in 2018 and a subsequent change that was done and presented to the planning board. There were two different plans altogether.
I think what happened was the DPW provided comments after they had been through the Conservation Commission, they went before the planning board, and at that point DPW had asked them to make some changes to the plan, and that's when the plan was revised based on those comments from DPW. At which point they should have come back before the Conservation Commission, at least to ask and see if you wanted a new notice of intent at that time, or if you wanted to amend the order of conditions. So that's where we're at this point.
We did have language speaking to that in the order of conditions.
Right. I think general condition 13 and 14, any change to the plan, they have to go back before the Conservation Commission.
Okay.
So then they have to come back before us.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what they do.
Basically, if I'll refer everybody, because I went back and looked at it. If you go to the minutes of the September 26, 2018 Conservation Commission, it was discussed thoroughly in the minutes at that time, where they were told that they should come back if there was a change. So.
Okay. All right, so I guess right now we'll wait and see what we hear from them, but I will reach out to Mike and give him a call again. Did anybody else have anything under project monitoring? All right, what was the next item on the agenda?
Other business. Approval of the draft 2020 annual town report.
Okay, I apologize for being late with revision, but it came out today. I'm not sure if everybody had a chance to look at it. But I'm okay with it as it exists right now. Needs to be turned in the next week or so, right, Bethany? By the 19th or something?
Yeah, I think it's Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I reviewed it. I thought it was okay.
Okay.
Could we have a vote then? If everyone's all set?
Okay, we do need to vote on it. I was just gonna ask that. Do we actually need to vote on this?
I think so. I had the other boards vote on it, so I figured I might as well have you guys vote
Okay.
on it as well.
All right, that's fine. I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2020 annual report of the Conservation Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, the roll call vote. Elizabeth?
Aye.
Tony?
Aye.
Francis?
Aye.
Will?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
And I am a yes vote also. I guess if we're in other business, there was something that came out. I didn't get a chance to look at the new community statement that came out. But if we could get that back on, to that being sent to the commission on a monthly basis, that would be great.
Oh, the balances?
Yes.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
don't-
I'll see if Steve can do that. I know they're working. Well, it's budget season, so they're pretty overloaded with that. But I'll definitely see if we can get regular updates.
Okay.
If anyone would like, I have the figures in front of me. Anybody wants some? I can read them out. Unless everybody got the email and read them already.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got it.
I
Yeah.
received the email too. Thank you.
The,
Um,
through the chair on that.
please.
I don't know if this is something that we may have to discuss directly with Steve, but I still, and I know we've discussed this previously, how these figures or how the funds that come in get distributed to the different accounts. And I would like to see an actual itemized listing of each account with what the previous balance was, what the revenue from NOIs and ANRADs and whatever revenue is coming in, and also the what expenses are going out, whether it's for our membership with Max or conferences that are being attended or books that are purchased. And then the other thing is, it seems like a large chunk of the revenue went to the land acquisition. And how's the breakout determined, or who determines the breakout of how much money goes to what account? We've never been able to get a determination on that.
I can see if I can get some answers for you. That's definitely not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
But I will shoot him an email tomorrow and see if that's something he could sit down and explain.
To the
Okay.
chair, I have a question.
Please.
I noticed in Bethany's email, Bethany, you did ask him for details. You asked for expenses breakdown, and he didn't give you them.
Well, he did provide the revenue and the expense. You can see that we haven't expended anything.
Oh, that's why it's not here.
Late. That's why it says 0.
Oh, okay.
And then the revenue is what we've taken in.
So it's just for this current year?
I believe so. Or compared to the last time we received the balances, which was exactly a year ago. So everything's increasing, which is good. But I do understand Jeff's concern about knowing where the application fees are going and how it's distributed and all that.
Thank you.
Other business, there is the master plan event on the 13th, right, Bethany?
Yes, and I believe I've spammed everyone with the invitations, but I will send them out again either Thursday or Friday. Really looking for a big turnout for this, so feel free to invite friends, family, neighbors, anyone in the community you think would be interested. We will have it covered by the reminder. I know there will be many members of the other boards present, the town council, etc. I'm hoping for a really fun Saturday morning with everyone.
What time was that again?
It's 10 a.m. until noon.
10 a.m. to noon.
That's this coming Saturday.
Yes.
Bethany, are you guys streaming that live on Facebook, or that's a Zoom meeting? Yes.
It's a Zoom meeting. It's being hosted by our engagement consultant, so I don't think it'll be streaming live, but we will have it recorded and available as a recording for anybody who isn't able to make it to the actual date.
Okay.
Sorry, Bethany, you'll be sending the email out again.
Yep, it will look like a poster or a flyer, and the Zoom link should be in that flyer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any other business?
What
I
was
just
that
wanted
then?
to, sorry, Jeff. I just wanted to update everyone on the neighborhood outreach project grant that I talked about last meeting. Francis had sent me some comments, so I'm just working off of those. I'm trying to create a quick PowerPoint that I can send out, hopefully by the next Concom meeting. and get some ideas and thoughts on it from you all.
Okay.
That's what I was going to bring up. So
That's
Jeff,
great.
if anybody has any questions, feel free to email them to me and I'll see what I can come up with. Seems like a pretty basic application. They just want a description or a map of the neighborhoods that we're focusing on and their ecological value, description of proposed outreach activities, description of desired outcomes, timeline of activities, and a basic budget. And it's a relatively small budget, but something's better than nothing. So I feel like we should shoot our shot.
Now, one of the main things I was thinking about was the project we talked about, you know, sending homeowners letters and informing them of the importance of the river. I think it's on Elm Street, right? Along Elm Street. Do I have the right street?
well, the Pecosik winds through the town. It covers a lot of area.
But it was that particular area from the Rotary to, I
Yes,
don't-
there was one area that we were focused on, I remember.
right.
I
Like
can't remember exactly where it was, but
between Graziano Gardens and the Rotary, you know, that
Right.
area.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Remember, we did several site visits over there. And
Yeah,
we
there-
realized people
yeah.
keep throwing things into the river and they're not aware of the importance of keeping that area clean and caring for it. So that's a small, it's not a very big monetary project. So taking on a piece like that might be more practical.
Yeah.
right. And I think that's the purpose of this grant is smaller projects, brochures and signs and that sort of thing.
All right. Anybody have anything else? Okay. Hearing nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right, the roll call vote. Elizabeth,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Francis,
Aye.
Will,
Aye.
Jeff.
Aye.
I'm a yes vote also. I thank you all for being here. Thank you, Don. Good
Thank
seeing you,
you.
Tony.
Thanks, everybody.